It's that time of the year when the kids are getting sick every other day and you don't know what to do. Well, I have the perfect do-it-yourself remedy that you can do at home, and that's going to be effective for you and your household. Here are the ingredients that you must have. Raw honey, raw organic honey, organic onions, red onions, and organic garlic. You're going to take an empty jar, and the first thing that you're going to do is cut your onion. I like to slice my onions just like this. Make it very quick and easy, nothing complicated, something very simple. Slice it however you like, whatever's convenient for you. It doesn't have to be any specific way or order. Slice your onion, empty jar, and you start to pour it in. You start to put the onion inside of the jar. Put all of the good onions, the organic onion, inside of your jar. Then you want to take, I'm West Indian, so I use a pilot in order to mash my garlic. You may use a plate or something else. I find it much easier when you use a pilon. That's what we call it in my language. I'm Haitian, by the way. This is a traditional West Indian do-it-yourself remedy that a lot of West Indian women use and keep at home. This is something that I've been taking since I was a little child, and now that I'm a mom, of course, I have incorporated it in my own household and give it to my daughter, because these colds, they come so often and you don't always want to be giving them antibiotics. So this is a good way, a good prevention way to help prevent the colds from coming. And the garlic has many medicinal properties. It boosts your immune system. It helps to combat and ward off colds and infections. And of course, the onions are anti-inflammatory and have tons of nutrients. It helps heal and protect your body and ward off any infections. And of course, you have the honey. The honey turns into a syrup. It coats this and soothes the throat when you have a flu or some sort of cold or infection. It's excellent. So you want to go ahead, and once you have your garlic inside, just like that, it. Just enough so that it can ferment inside of the honey. And I like to put a little bit at a time. So I put 3 cloves of garlic, just like that, inside of the honey. And then you want to take your raw honey, your organic raw honey. And I just opened it. And you want to begin to place it inside. And the beauty of this is that it turns into a syrup. The beauty of this is that it actually turns into a syrup. So I like to take the raw honey and place it inside, just like this. Get all of it inside, coat it nice and good, so that it sits inside the jar. And then what I do is I do another batch of onions. You want to use as much as possible. You want to take everything and put it inside of the jar. So I peel the onions and then I do another cutting. Like this, cut it up. And then I add it to my jar. So now you have your onions, you have your raw honey, you have your garlic, and you have more onions. Then you take your honey and you take the rest of your garlic, and then you add your garlic inside on top, just like that. Then you take your honey and then you continue to add it inside. I remember my mom used to give us this remedy every day before we went to school, and it really helps to ward off and prevent colds and flus and sicknesses and infections. And it's not just for toddlers, it's for adults as well. And you want to take all the honey and use it inside. And really let that sit. Get everything out. And once the honey is covering the jar, just like that, you want to make sure that it's all inside, and you want to allow it to penetrate and ferment inside of the jar. So right now we have our onion, we have our raw honey, we have our garlic that you can see right here, and we have more honey on top, raw honey on top. And you want to allow this to penetrate and ferment overnight. And this is the beauty of this syrup. It turns into a syrup and it's liquid gold. You give this to your child every single day, and this will help prevent any colds, any flus, any infections. And if they are suffering with a cold at that time, this will help to get rid of it as soon as possible. So I recommend that you take this, give this to them on a daily basis, and you make this part of your regimen, especially during the winter time. The honey, the garlic, and the onions has fermented, and it has turned into a liquid form. So if you're doing this for prevention purposes, then you want to do it one time a day. And if you do have a cold or experiencing flu-like symptoms, you want to take this syrup 3 times a day. I'm going to give this to Honor, and you're going to see how much she loves it. Are you ready for your honey?
Ready for my honey.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Take your honey.
Mmm.